So, okay, we're going to start with Jedediah Bila going on Pierce Morgan with Taylor Lorenz and Andrew Wilson. So let's go.
A problem that we need to acknowledge.
Yeah, I gotta say, I agree with that. I don't think that the way they spoke about it did them any credit at all. And I think it actually, if I was somebody who was against abortion, that would have really enraged me to see people who have access to free and fair abortions because they're in a country where it's fine, but they talk about it in such a glib manner. I don't like it. Let's just change gears to something else, which is just struck me as a bit odd. So I think Taylor, you said earlier that women, about Charlize Theron, women don't get paid as much as men. In fact, it's just been revealed by the Hollywood Reporter, the Hollywood Bible, that the biggest grossing movie star ever is Scarlett Johansson, which I'm told, staggering though that may seem, and I'm a bit...
Women always out-earn men in industries that require beauty. Where are the men protesting because they're not paid as much as male models? Corn, OnlyFans. Women always out-earn men in those industries.
I surprised myself because I've appeared in 10 movies as myself, and those movies have grossed $2.4 billion. So I'm a little surprised I'm not in the mix myself. However, she's bigger than Tom Cruise, bigger than Stallone, bigger than Schwarzenegger, bigger than all of them. And the reason apparently is the Avengers. She's been in the whole Avengers stuff, which obviously, and Jurassic Park and other huge grossing films. But she's moaning, as obviously, when you get an accolade like this, the first thing to do is to complain about it, that she's often been cast for sexist reasons. So Andrew, I'll come to you on this. Promoting, I think. I
just can't imagine a man ever complaining about getting cast because you're hot. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I have had to be entertaining all these years. I guess some would say cute. Not today, that's for sure. But, all these years, nobody said, Pearl, you get to be cast because you're just a smoke show. That would be so nice. I'm envious, right? Sports Illustrated never called. Leonardo DiCaprio's yacht never called. I had to learn about politics, be entertaining and funny, and put on a good show. Yeah, I know. Someone says, Pearl, what type of grifter are you? Having sub 100 likes with over 300 viewers. Could you let a bitch cook? Sometimes we gotta build. All right? People don't understand YouTube views. They don't understand. Live viewers are the hardest to get. I'm competing with Corn. I'm competing with Corn here. I'm competing with Pierce Morgan. I'm competing with men better, smarter, women hotter than me. I do the best I can, all right? It's like, can a bitch grift? I'm just kidding. So my point is this, I just could never be offended by being cast for something because you're hot. Or at least cute, right? No, don't get me wrong. In certain spaces, I do very well. Like, for example, I went into this dive bar. And at this dive bar, everyone there was, and I shit you not, it was a single mothers club. I was the hottest bitch in that bar. I was, And that's what mids we tend to do. We go into spaces that it's not that competitive, right? All the hot women, they're downtown. They're right in the heart of the city. Mids, we might go there for a year, but then we get crushed and leave. We get crushed, yeah.
Jurassic Park.
I know. Cook, you didn't finish wife school. I'm so tired of this hate I get I'm just going to ramble today because I feel like it, and I'm sorry, guys. I just got off a plane. I get so much hate. That was just kind of a fun little thing I did, and I just thought it would be kind of fun to bring. I like learning, so I was like, let me do this fun episode. We call it wife school. It'll be fun. Like, people think, I'm like, do you guys think I opened an academy or something? Do you think this had a curriculum? I'm a YouTuber, not an educator. But one girl made a hit piece on me, and it's pretty rude and mean, to be honest. And now everybody thinks I opened a freaking academy. They like take it out of context, whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. I'll keep going. You know, I just feel like spilling tea today. So if you guys want my side on any tea, today's your lucky day. Put it in the chat. Men don't care about tea. Men don't. I should have. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me open a wife school when they're actively dragging me to court, demonetizing my channel, deleting my accounts. Let me just put all the money I didn't have into a wife school now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, are you going to pay for it? Do you like, that wasn't cheap even to make those episodes. Pearl's super cute with less makeup. Hey girl, hey. Well, I am burnt. Holy crap. Yeah. All right.
Jurassic Park Rebirth movie came out this weekend. So when I was younger, a lot of the roles I was offered or I went for had their ambitions or character arcs revolving around their own desirability or the male gaze or a male-centered story. That's less frequent, though. Something has shifted. I mean, this idea that we might go to the movies to look at beautiful people, that males may gaze at beautiful women. Is this the most shocking bombshell of the week, Andrew?
Also, it's not just that. Like, how stupid to admit that out loud. Basically, aren't you just admitting that you were a skank for money? Like, if it was really a big deal, you're like, oh, God, the male gaze, they're sexualizing me. It's all, why would you take the role then? Just don't take the role. But apparently, if it pays good enough, she must not mind too much about that whole male gaze.
Hey, if someone wants to pay me to be hot and I don't have to get naked, I don't have to put like, I'll do it. Yep. What do you want me to do? If someone wants to pay me, you know, like, what? You need me to shimmy or something, you know? Someone want to pay me to be mid? All I have to do is just be mid. All right, I'm there. You know.
Thing, huh? Because when it
abolish marriage. Okay. Again, I'm gonna rant today. I'm gonna rant today. I'm gonna do it. Someone said, "What's your solution, Pearl? Abolish marriage." Okay. The YouTubers that have solutions are liars. I have no political power. I have suggestions. But I know the suggestions will never be taken. Maybe we could do a show on strategy sessions on if you're going to get married, here's the best way to do it. But, okay, I could say there are strategies, like you could put your money in your mom's name, but I would be selling hope if I said the court system's going to change. It's not going to change. They make too many people make way too much money off of this. They'll kill a politician that tries to switch it. Where do you send the money? You can super chat, you can go to the GoFundMe, or you can go to pearlinvite.com and apply to be part of our community. And you can interact with me directly once a week.
Came time for her to collect those millions of dollars based on the male gaze, she definitely took the role. So I would like her to give an explanation for that. Male gaze bad, but I like to contribute to it as much as possible for money. Aren't you just basically admitting that you're a Hollywood prostitute at that point? Like, if it's a conflict with your values, aren't you selling out for money, literally?
Well,
like,
Taylor, your eyebrows just nearly exploded, so clearly you don't agree with that.
I think it's just shocking, the disgusting misogynistic way that Andrew can't help but talk about women. I mean, I would say also, by the way,
woman?
No, women generally.
A woman? No, I'm sorry. It's not a monolith. If I can critique a woman, that's not critiquing all women. You see how that works?
Critiquing all libs, the whole show.
Yeah. All libs. No, these libs. These libs are not all libs.
I'm not a lib. Oh my God, it's so crazy.
Oh yes, you're a lib, lady.
Everyone that doesn't like,
you just so
is a
happen to
little
be liberal on every social policy, but you're not a liberal.
Liberals are hardly where I'm at on social issues. Anyway, my point is that Scarlett Johansson, Piers, I don't know that I would classify that quote as moaning. What she seems to be talking about is just how her roles have changed.
Now, so this is the women gaslight. We just have a tendency to gaslight. So this is the gaslighting coming in. Oh, she's not saying that. She's saying this. There's the gaslight. Yep.
Over time, I would note that overwhelmingly women are paid less than men, even the highest actress might be paid as a woman. But I think that what she's saying is it's not a myth that women are paid less. I'm sorry.
Equal pay myth that we can, I mean, that's a whole separate conversation.
No, I would say women are paid less, but it's because we are retarded and don't work as hard. But not all women are like that. I gotta put that disclaimer. Not all. Please don't rob me. Please let me stay employed. Please, God.
I think in Hollywood now it's pretty well equal pay, isn't it? If you get the big roles, I don't think.
Well, I think.
In music, most of the biggest stars now are currently women, aren't they? Beyonce, Taylor Swift.
Right, but
I mean, I don't know. I can't think of many industries where women are not actually paid at least or more than men.
Just because there are a few very high-paid women in entertainment industries doesn't mean that women across the board make more than men. And when you look at other industries like finance or tech or some of these,
because women can't add. Do you know what I would do? I also can't add. But what I would do is I would have some math equation ready to go. And I would say, can you do this? And I'd be like, exactly, Taylor. And then I would ask Andrew, what's this times this? And then the comparison, I would watch like the crash out there. It would be awesome if he could answer it and she couldn't. That would be hilarious.
That's because of... Listen, Taylor, this is nonsense. That's because of choices that women make. That's because of the number of hours that they work. That's because women take maternity leave. That's because guys work more hours and work harder. There's a whole bunch of reasons we can get into that relate to that.
We actually can adjust it for parity easily.
Can I make a comment about Scarlett, though, here for a second? Because I think what's interesting here is that, listen, she made all of her money being a sex symbol, right? She always had the boobs out. That's how she made her money. She made the decision to accept roles where, yes, she was, part of the male gaze. And that's how she made her fame. I find it really interesting, honestly, that she turns 40. She's older. And now all of a sudden she decides, oh, I'm going to negate all that. Could it be that maybe she's, the male gaze isn't looking at her the same way anymore. She's not getting those roles anymore. And she's now realizing there's a younger woman on the block. There's a hotter woman on the block. Okay, I'm not getting those roles. So
and by the way, to complete
I made all my money.
To complete the conspiracy theory, is that why Charlize Theron, at the age of 50, has gone out doing podcasts talking about banging 26-year-old guys? Could that be why? Is it to make Hollywood think I'm still hot and desirable?
I've still got it. I've still got it.
I've still got the young male gaze.
Of course, because there is an insecurity, and women don't like to talk about this, but there is an insecurity that arises in women, particularly in a beauty-driven industry. Hollywood is all about looks. It's all about the female gaze, the male gaze. You see,
it's misogyny that put.
Look, guys, the wall's undefeated. I'm walling right now. It's like your late 20s when you're like, I don't really like people seeing me without makeup anymore. Your early 20s, you're like, let me be in a plastic bag. Let me wear a garbage bag around, and you still look hot. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Take the L. Take the L. I can take the L, it's just some things are L's.
It's that pressure on women.
That's not hatred of women. Taylor, do you know what misogyny means? It means hatred of women. It is not hatred of women to talk about the reality that women, I'm a woman.
Men value looks over purity. I'll die on that hill. If you guys valued purity, you'd go for the older women that have lower body counts that are from like bumfuck nowhere. Men will take a 20-year-old that's a whore over a 30-year-old that hasn't been with that many people. And you guys can maybe fight me and say, no, I wouldn't. I see what people respond to. It just is what it is. Like the 20-year-old's getting the swipe right on the date. She is. She's going to get, and nothing comes until the girl can get the guy's attention. Everything else comes after. He's got to ask her out. He's got to swipe right on the dating app. Looks are always first for women, always. Now you might say, well, he could get to know her personality. Yeah, but guys, we got to be real about this. We got to be real about this. The women aren't going to get in the door without the looks. Men too, right? As much as I love a good conversation, every awakened man should know this back and forth does nothing. When will these female lobbies to change laws? Crickets, crickets. Mike, it's impossible. And I'll tell you why it's impossible. I'm going to make my documentary, but I do want to come in with the expectation. Men are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, which is removing their time and attention. That's the only thing men have. But when it comes to the laws, think about it. Women make 80% of consumer buying decisions. Everyone makes money off of women. Society will not put money in men's hands because then everyone makes less money. There's too many people paid off of women. So